This just in on diabetes mellitus. Diabetes and symptoms of diabetes were discovered approximately 3,500 years ago in ancient Egypt, India, China, Japan, and Rome. Thomas Willis, who lived from 1621 to 1675, was an English epidemiologist, and he was the first Western physician to discover that urine diabetics tasted sweet. In 1815, the French chemist Michael Eugene Chervel, from 1786 to 1889, discovered that the sweetness came from grape sugar or glucose. The disease's formal name, diabetes, meaning a siphon running through, and mellitus, relating to the sweetness or honey, was first used in 1860. Injury to the pancreas was linked to the diabetic symptoms by several scientists from the 17th to the 19th centuries. The existence of a pancreas hormone to reduce the glucose level was first proposed in 1916 by the English physiologist Edward Sharpie Schaffer from 1850 to 1935. Insulin was isolated in 1921 by Canadians Frederick Banting and Charles Best. And in 1922, they used it for the first time to successfully treat 14-year-old Leonard Thompson of Toronto. There are different types of diabetes. The two main types are type 1 diabetes, which occurs in the pancreatic beta cells that make insulin and regulate blood glucose in the body, are damaged by the body's immune system. The pancreas can no longer produce insulin, and in order for type 1 diabetes to be treated, insulin must be delivered, either by injections or via an insulin pump. Previously, diabetes 1 was also known as insulin-dependent diabetes or juvenile diabetes. Type 1 diabetes accounts for up to 10% of all diagnosed cases of diabetes. Most often, type 1 diabetes is identified in children or young adults. Then there's type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes occur when the body cannot make use of diminishing amounts of insulin that the body produces. The usual beginning stage of type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance, a condition where muscle, fat, and liver cells do not respond adequately to the available amount of insulin circulating in the blood. This causes the pancreas to respond by producing more insulin. Over time, as the pancreas fails to keep up with the increasing demand for insulin, blood glucose increases and type 2 diabetes develops. Type 2 diabetes was formerly called adult onset diabetes or non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, and accounts for about 90% of all cases of diagnosed diabetes. Although type 2 diabetes can sometimes be controlled by diet and weight loss alone, anti-diabetic oral medications are often necessary to maintain normal blood sugar and glucose levels. Insulin. Insulin is a hormone secreted by the pancreas gland, one of the glands in the endocrine system. Insulin, working in harmony with other hormones, regulates the level of blood sugar. Endocrine glands are ductless glands, that is, they pour their products, hormones, directly into the bloodstream. The pancreas, a gland in the upper abdomen, has cells within it that secrete insulin directly. Stay up. It's Renee. We're trying to be professional here, dude. Come on. We're having some technical difficulties. Please excuse her. Please excuse the technical difficulties. It will probably happen again. So, yeah. Insulin is a hormone secreted by the pancreas gland, one of the glands in the endocrine system. Insulin, working in harmony with other hormones, regulates the level of blood sugar. Glucose. Endocrine glands are ductless glands. That is, they pour their products, hormones, directly into the bloodstream. The pancreas, a gland in the upper abdomen, has cells within it that secrete insulin directly into the bloodstream. An insufficient level of insulin secretion leads to high blood sugar, diabetes, a disease also called diabetes mellitus, or simply diabetes. Specifically, diabetes is a metabolic disease caused by the body's instability to use hormone insulin to effectively convert carbohydrates into simple sugar glucose that cells store and use to perform vital functions. Without glucose to fuel their activities, the cells use fat instead, producing ketones, or a waste product. Ketones built up in the bloodstream disrupt brain functions. Commonly, signs of diabetes are excessive thirst, urination, fatigue. The disease can also cause vision loss, decreased blood supply to hands and feet, pain, and skin infections. If left untreated, diabetes can induce coma and cause death. Diabetes often runs in the family. That's BS. If you have diabetes, no one's running in your family. Sorry. I'm such a bad person. Pause it. I needed a liquid diabetes break. Now, back, News Channel 69, diabetes. This is Al Roker. Diabetes got him good. Welcome. This is my special hat. Keeps me from making more mistakes. Now, back to diabetes. I have covered the background and science behind diabetes, and now there is not much further to speak about it, other than the only cure, sort of, for diabetes is insulin. Diabetes is basically when you have a lack of insulin in your body. So, insulin injection or pump to get you going again. Take 5. We're back. This should hopefully be the final technical difficulty. Hello, diabetes. Diabetes is refreshing. The last topic I have to speak about with diabetes is the impact it has on technology. There isn't really too much to say other than it's led to advances in medical science, new ways to treat the body and stuff. You know, not much to say. Recap. Diabetes is actually diabetes mellitus, and was discovered 3,500 years ago in ancient Egypt. Since then, our advances in medical science have led to discovering that it is insulin that is the key to diabetes. We have diabetes because of a lack of insulin, and it can go away, or not necessarily cure it, but help to lessen the horrible effects it has on you via injections or pumps of insulin into your body. With that said, this is Marquez on News Channel